Good afternoon. Here we are at 56189 Pamlico Drive in Hatteras, North Carolina. I am standing on the canal side porch. That is the view out to the sound. It's quite beautiful there. Here's looking at the canal area. As you can see, the next door neighbor and the neighbor down from that both have dock space, and the neighbor down from that has just a small dock area, but it looks like if you wanted to put in some pilings for a boat, that is not unusual for this neighborhood. Alright, here's the front of the house. House has cedar shakes. Deck here, all the way around. Deck's in decent shape. Railings are tight. We do have a house right next door here. Let's go inside. Here's a little more of the neighborhood and the house. Alright, so this is in the door here. This is high-end luxury plank vinyl flooring. It is waterproof vinyl flooring, and this is the exact same floor that I have in my house. So I know the product well. Walk into a living room space. There's that door we just came in. There is a crack here in the ceiling, but I think that is a drywall crack or a settlement crack. I don't see any water damage. So this also opens into the kitchen area. Looks like original cabinets that have been painted. And what looks like a granite countertop is actually Formica that looks like granite. It is a galley style kitchen. Although it's not short, it is long. That vinyl flooring continues through the area. There's a little laundry room back in there. Popcorn ceiling. What used to be a screened in porch is right out here on the front. You can see where the doors, the big slider doors, were taken off. But again, the view from inside here is absolutely spectacular. It's kind of like being canal front without being, or I'm sorry, sound front without being the sound front price. From this direction, you can see all the way up to Frisco. And you've got the whole screened in porch area is now additional living space. There is another doorway there, and this is that elevator that they were talking about. So that's where that comes up, is right here on the screened in porch. Again, this wraps around. There's the front door that we came into. So it's all one big space, but there is a wall down the center here. Here is the little laundry area. Nice little window. This also has the hot water heater in it. Looks like a relatively newer unit. Plumbing and electric new. And we've got an air handler here behind the doorway that also appears to be newer. I would need to check the listing. A lot of the homes of this style in this neighborhood are modulars, and this one with this extra wide wall here, I mean, this thing is easily, double width. So it makes me think that this is a modular home and that these two sides were put together when this would be a load-bearing wall, potentially. So again, vinyl plank flooring continues down the hall here. And there is a bathroom here on the right. It's a full bath. It has been somewhat redone. You have like a vinyl tile floor. And then a porcelain tub with a shower enclosure around it. So it's not an all one piece. Nice bedroom here. This has carpet, and again, popcorn ceilings, but I don't see any like big water issues or anything. There's another bedroom here. This has some kind of crazy vinyl flooring. This is like sheet vinyl in here. Looks like the window over there may have lost its seal. Decent size. Closet here that they are using as a pantry closet. And then this was the space I was curious about. This is just a big bathroom. Another big closet space in here. They're just using for storage. My guess is that the reason the septic is for a 3-bedroom house is because it was a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom house, and this was a bedroom. Because in this style house, I've seen this room as a bedroom before. I've never seen it as a second bathroom. So to me, this looks like they have made this into a bathroom space. This is a walk-in shower. And it is a large bathroom space. This looks right out onto the stairway coming up. So that's what I think they've done. I think this was a 3-bedroom house. That's why the 3-bedroom permit. And that was an additional bedroom there, is now a bathroom. So that kind of changes potentially going up on the house. You may have to lift the house and build underneath. If it is truly a modular, then you would have to have the structural integrity of it checked to see if it could support another level. But lifting the house and building underneath is always a possibility with that style of house. Let's go out and check what is underneath. Again, the survey showed that the house is at max lot coverage, so there's really not any more that you could do as far as adding out, unless you were to enclose the porch that's already there, and even then that might be an issue. So this space, you could pull a car under here. It's definitely tall enough for that, up until this point where the ducting goes. Let's see, lots of nice underhouse space. You wouldn't want to build under here because of the possibility of flooding. This neighborhood does experience flooding. It is canal front, so you have to expect there to be an issue with some flooding occasionally. As long as everything is elevated, flooding goes underneath. This is that door for that elevator space here. And as you can see, this is all somewhat newer looking. This probably was all replaced after Hurricane Dorian, so that would have been 3 years ago maybe. And you have, let me find the light switch here. There we go. Large storage area with an electrical panel. Now again, storing things outside in these underneath spaces, not an issue, just keep them up. I would say, you can see how high the electrical is. Those are flood vents. You would be required to have those in order to get the low-cost flood insurance. And I would keep everything elevated just in case. I have not seen any marks that show me any kind of flood height. A lot of people like to do that, mark them off. You can see where the wall has been cut down there and new added, and that is probably from the last storm. You can also see, here we go, here's a water line. When you look at this wall, it's about a foot up is the watermark from where a debris line, about a foot high. So, oh, here we go. Here's a nice mark. So that says 2019 Dorian. I am 5'5". That mark is about 3 feet off of the ground. So it shows you what can happen and where you would want to elevate anything that you're storing out here, and definitely move your car if a storm were to come. Let's walk around the outside. So there's some cedar shake work on the house that'll probably have to be done at some point. There's a few popping off here and there. Nice thick yard. That's a century plant. My guess is the area he's talking about with the erosion spot or bad spot of the bulkhead is right here, where you've got the shells sinking in. Let's see, it looks like a plastic bulkhead. And there are cleats here, so it is possible to pull a boat up. Here's the outside. Again, that view, like they've got, the next door neighbors have a cute little fire pit there. And they've done the same kind of thing where they have an elevated raised deck space that you can put that out along the dock and then just pull up right to the side. There's this side of the house. You can see that this side of the house takes a lot of the weather, nor'easters and things. Septic tank. And that all looks newer. Shakes on this side aren't as rough a shape because they're not getting the full sun in the afternoon. Some more of the neighborhood here. And there's the front of the house. Alright, I'll show you where the walk over to the beach is. Okay, so just pulling out of the driveway of the house. And I am going to drive you down to where you could park a car or a golf cart to walk over to the beach. So this is adjoining Elizabeth Avenue. Elizabeth Avenue is the street that comes right off of Highway 12. Those big houses straight ahead is the ocean front. The Civic Center is here on the left. And that straight across the street there is the private beach access for the Hatteras Estates Property Owners Association. That is the path between the house called Sea Oats to the left and the new house called Cape Sol on the right. So as long as there isn't an event going on, you can park in this parking lot here at the Civic Center and walk right across the street.